Hello everybody. So as you know, if this isn't the first video that you've seen by me, I normally post daily and it's been a while since I've posted. But honestly, normal mode just got kind of stale. So not only am I off of normal mode, but I'm on hard mode and I'm attempting a NUZLOCKE. If you guys like FnaF World content or would like me to play anything else, put it down in the comments below. Let's get into this video. As you may or may not know, Gira is the strongest enemy in all of the first world. And it's all because of this one attack. Although it says poison as a single party member, it poisons all 4 people. Even if you switch teams, the poison still stays there. Meaning that if you take too long to kill them, it can wipe out your entire team. And with that in mind, I'm very grateful I only ran into one of them. As this is my first battle, it did take a while, but fortunately there was no close calls. Believe it or not, 30 XP actually goes a long way, as you can see here. Though that was easy, it's only because it was 1 Gira. If it was any more, we'd probably be dead. In recording this, I nearly shit myself seeing 4 Girats. Not only does that mean quadruple the HP, but quadruple the chance of a toxic bite. So I made sure to use each character accordingly. Chica as our main healer, Freddy as our main attacker, Bonnie as our secondary healer, and Foxy for stun. As well as Bonnie also being a really good damage dealer. And honestly, Bonnie might be one of the best characters on our team. Bonnie is among the few characters that can heal and do damage. And does it well too. With Bonnie having moves that heals all of our allies and deals damage to all of the enemies. And after that carry from Bonnie, we get 120 XP. So I walk over here to get 10 coins from this chest, but it sends me right into a battle. And from all this XP that we've gotten, defeating these guys were light work. And because of how strong we've gotten, I go to get this chest in Choppy's wood, but midway through I realize this maybe isn't the best idea. Because if we encounter a character here, our entire team is dying. And on our way to test our luck at DD's fishing game, we run into these gear rats and kill them with no problem. After that, we get this chest for 10 coins, but before we go fishing, I pick up this gnat from Lolbit shop. As I try to get the pearl, I position myself at the very left, and as I throw it down, I miss terribly. And with that being said, I went to go grind some XP and some currency. After Bonnie carrying some more, we run into a new character. That new character being Phantom Chica, and with none of the stars having any debuffs, Phantom Chica is gonna hit like a truck. Not wanting to lose Bonnie, our best character, we quickly switch to Team 2. But soon after switching, Toy Freddy takes a hit and then Mangle. As everybody gets low, I panic and switch to Team 1. And with Phantom Chica low, Bonnie uses Bash Jam. But unfortunately, that would be Bonnie's last Bash Jam. And just like that, the best character on our team, completely gone. And the bad thing is, this fight isn't even over yet. I quickly jump scare Phantom Chica, because if any of our characters die, this Nuzlocke is over. I turn on Region Song, not knowing that it can't keep up with Phantom Chica's damage. And before I could get my moves back, Phantom Chica hits Foxy. With another hot cheese from Foxy and one final mic toss from Freddy, Phantom Chica is gone. Okay, I lied. She isn't gone. She's on my team. With losing our best character, Bonnie, I test my luck at DD's fishing hole. And right away, I end up getting the ground. But since we hit the ground, we run again, and we have four tokens left over. And since I rushed last time, I make sure to take my time until it reached 4 seconds, and I got the pearl on my 4th attempt. But hold up, 14 seconds remaining on the first one. 14 separated, 1-4. The next one, 53. Alright, those don't have any correlation, but we're gonna keep going. There are 2 tokens that we ended up with after fishing, 24. The next one, 14. The next one, 4. Right? Now 24, separated. 2, 4. 14 separated. 1, 4. 4 can't separate. It's just 1, 4. What's 14? 1, 4. What is the normal 4? 1, 4. 1, 4 plus 1, 4 is 8. Correct? Correct. And now 24. 2 plus 4, right? What's 4 times 2? 8. These all equal 8. Right? Right? 53, right? Separate that. 5 and 3. What's 5 plus 3? 8. It all equals 8. And as you can see here in the video, I was like, oh, look at all these 4s. But I didn't realize all those 4s sum up to 8. Look deeper. The deeper meaning. 4. Oh, this, that, means this, means that. Well, guess what, buddy? 8. What does 8 mean? And as you can see here, 8 means power, balance, and infinity. You know what that means? Power. Who was the most powerful? Bonnie. Balance. Who had balance? Bonnie. It was super powerful. Can heal really well, that's balance. Infinity? How does Bonnie represent infinity? Because he was infinitely times better than anybody on my team. Everything leads to Bonnie. Bonnie's death wasn't just a death, it was a sacrifice. And no guys, this wasn't like hope for Bonnie's death. It's true guys, it's true, I promise it's true. But after that, we gotta grind some XP and some fast coins, and in the middle of that, we run into a new challenger, and that new challenger being Phantom BB. Knowing that Phantom BB has an insta-kill move, I pray that I get Foxy, and I do, so I jump scare him. After that, I unscrew him hoping it'll work, but it misses. And then after that, I misclick Cupcake instead of Regen Song. Not that it really matter, because Regen Song can't really keep up with Phantom BB's damage. But I jump scare him again, use Unscrew, and it misses again. Seeing as that's not working, I quickly just switch teams. I use Speed Song for quicker speed, I use Poppers for damage over time, I use Bash Jam for quick damage. Then I use Water Hose not knowing I haven't done enough damage and it does ejection. And not seeing that 21 took a crazy hit, I don't switch teams. I use my Speed Song, Poppers again, Bash Jam again, but this time I use Cupcake. And I realized that Toy Freddy took a hit, so I quickly use Party Favors. And before I can even think to recover, Phantom BB hits Mangle, my entire team is about to die, and fortunately, Bash Jam and Water Hose eliminates Phantom BB. And we get Phantom BB, by far our best character. Not only does Phantom BB have a poison attack, but he can also lower their defense and lower their damage too. And if you guys don't know, that is Nuzlocke heaven. I can lower their damage so it's harder to kill me, weaken their defense so it's easier to kill them, and then Toxic Balloon for damage over time. He is by far the best character. And I go back to grind some XP, but after fighting these guys, I get another new character. And I even get JJ to go with Phantom BB. And I go right into Unscrew and then Birthday for more speed. And I get back to Phantom Chica almost immediately and I use Unscrew and gone. Easiest character fight so far. And since JJ is such a good attacker, she goes in the team as well. And after a little bit more grinding and all these new characters, I realize it's finally time to defeat the Auto Chipper. And somehow this boss was easier than any character battle I've ever had. And with that, I get a whopping 400 XP. And because I beat Auto Chipper, not only do I get Head Start Strength, 10 coins, but Head Start Defense too. But after waiting for a literal nanosecond, we run into a bounce spot and we get rid of him. But wait, there's more. It's Phantom Freddy. Phantom Freddy is yet another debuffer. He's better in some ways, but worse in some ways than Phantom BB. And with all these debuffs, and all these buffs, and all his heals, and all this damage, I win with barely a scratch. That's Phantom Freddy added to the team. He can lower damage, he can lower defense, and he can lower speed, but he can't do any damage. And with that, it's time to upgrade my bike collection, so I go over here to get a med pod, but realize I'm just gonna save it for med pod too. But after moving for a nanosecond, we run into these tote moles, which is our first ever Choppy's Woods enemy. Let's see how we do. Yeah, they didn't last 10 seconds, but the payout is pretty good. And now because we're stronger, I get this head start speed chip with no worries. And because we're doing so good, I test my luck at fishing, and yeah, then we go talk to Fred. He's fucking bad. Now, as I was saying, we talk to Fredbear and we go to this glitch fractured object. Then we get out of that world, press this button, talk to Fredbear, stop talking to Fredbear. And as this is a Nuzlocke, I don't even think about going into the mines. And I go to taking this Auto Chipper. And this dude took barely over 15 seconds. And boom, 600 more XP. We're getting a ton of levels. And with those levels, we get Ever Comet Weak. But before I turn to go to the snow area, I make sure to grind some XP first. Because what a lot of people do is just go straight to the snow area, not knowing that they're skipping the entire area and about to fight a boss that is one of the strongest moves in the entire game. And soon after I get all of this XP, I go fishing, and I actually get the pearl. And with me getting that pearl, I now have enough to afford the MedPod 2 for a little bit. So obviously, I buy it, and I put it on my team. And with all these chips and all these bites and all this XP, I am ready for the snow. Right away, I try to go in this little passageway, but I run into these 3 box bites, which will be a good test for my power. But fortunately enough for me, it only took about 20 seconds, so we're good to go. That payout is insane, dude. Holy. And we get the Quick Start Party chip, which isn't really too good because it's mostly situational, but it will come into play later. And on my travel, I've run into these 2 box bites, which I make quick work of. And I go over to Little Bit Snow's shop, and I could afford the Mini Reaper, but I really don't need it. And as I go talk to Fredbear, I find this 10 coin chest, and I run into these 2 chillaxes, which I obliterate. So then I talk to Fredbear, and then I stop talking to Fredbear. And as I've warned myself, Bouncer does have Snowball, a move that can obliterate my entire team. So before I go to defeat Bouncer, I make sure that I can at least beat a World 3 animatronic. So I defeat these guys, no luck. And then I defeat these guys, no luck. And finally, I defeat these guys, no luck. With my dookie luck, I go to test it at DD's fishing hole, and I actually get the pearl again. So I teleport to the snow zone, move a nanosecond, and run into a chillax. And with the immense luck that the nanosecond walk gives you, a new challenger has appeared. Now, while editing this video, I did realize that Phantom Foxy starts appearing after Choppy's Woods and is not a World 3 character. And due to that, we do obviously win against Phantom Foxy. As much as I wanted to switch in Phantom Foxy or Phantom Chica, as Phantom Foxy does everything that Phantom Chica does, just better, I can't due to the level. But then I realized that Sludge from Phantom Chica is actually going to be really good because it lowers his speed, meaning he has less time to use a snowball. And as soon as I get in the battle, I'm terrified. So I use balloons, I use Sludge so he can't use a snowball as quick, and I use Cupcake, even though I should have used regen, and then I lower his damage, so even if he does do it, hopefully it won't kill us. And then because of the speed, I use balloons, I use Toxic Bite, I use Cupcake, and I use Rainy Day. And as you can see, that only did 44 damage. As you can see, he has a power, speed, and defense debuff. So as long as I keep up with that, it'll be okay. And I missed my speed debuff there, but it's okay. And I missed all my other ones right there too. I don't do Toxic Balloon, but it's okay. Right? He does 52 damage. As you can see, his power is wearing off. And if you look at the debuffs, the speed is down. And I realized I forgot to reset the power debuff. But it's too late. As soon as it goes down, he uses Snowball. I tried to use Gloom Balloon, but that was too late too. And my entire team gets obliterated. Now nearly all of our best people are gone. Are you even going to be able to make it like this? I guess you have to wait for the next episode and find out.